Hello, good morning to everyone. Hi Sadatu, good morning. Yeah, is it good evening there? I can see very less people today. Good morning, Rahul. It's okay, Sadatu. You're saying yeah, it's morning. I know. Tamilarasi. I saw you after a long time. Tamilarasi, where you been? You were not present in a couple of classes last time, I think. It's very. I think it's okay, no problem. There is nothing to say sorry. That's fine. I know you people are professional, maybe busy in some work. That's okay. Completely fine. It's okay. So, how was your morning today? Good, 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 good. All of you are good, right? Great, great. Thank you very much. No problem. I can see a very less people today, like only three people. I think people are sleeping. It's early in the morning, and in UAE it is weekend as well, so it's day off. But in India, might be a lot of people gone to offices. Rahul, them are not in India. Yeah, that's fine. Hi Rahul, how are you? You are a very regular student, man. So tell me, how did you find like about managerial economics? Is it interesting? You are welcome, Rahul. Tell me, how did you find like is it interesting or not? It's interesting, right? Okay, Rahul. Would you like to talk about it? How it is interesting? Let's get interacted with today. I want you to be involved. Introduce yourself. Come on the mic. Very less people today. There should be some discussions. Anyone would like to say and come on the mic or go? That will be a good start. Please raise your hand. Anyone wants to say something about the subjects? Very interesting. That's good. Sadhatu is saying, okay, tell me how it is interesting. How you think it is interesting? Why it is interesting? I'm waiting for a response. Tamila Rasi, would you like to say something on the mic? No, Tamila Rasi is saying no, sir. Why? You're shy, right? You have to be confident, isn't it? To speak public in public. You are doing MBA, BBA. You might be in the big positions, big portfolios, or will be. You don't have a mic. Okay, Rahul. Okay, no problem. So come on. When you have the mic, okay, let me know. I want you to come and say something. Who has got the mic? Tamilara, Sadatu, have you got the mic? Right? Okay, no problem, Rahul. So, would you like to say some words about managerial economics? Why it is interesting? So, Datu, would you like to say something about it? Your English is very good. Yesterday I heard. No, you speak very well. Let's see what she does. Yeah. Okay. Okay. No problem. Then I'm just going to turn on the mic and I want you to say something about how managerial economics is a very interesting subject. Okay? Is it okay? So that other people can hear about it and can hear you. Here you go. You want me to open the camera as well? Okay, I open the mic. Here you go. So you must have yeah. I don't know what has happened. A student is using a tablet device to attend this. We strongly recommend using a headset with a tablet to prevent the echo effects in the class. Okay, let me get my headphone, please. Okay, no problem. Just please get your headphone. Okay, I can see Munnu Monson has just logged in. Yeah, is live on. Hi Munnu, how are you? Very less people today. Okay, that's nice to know. So where are you from, Munnu? From India, right? I'm fine, thank you. Munnu is one of my relatives' name. We call him Munnu uncle. Okay, now see, I think from India, right? Kerala, yeah, that's good, that's good. So how was your last night? Your evening was good? Okay, now you are in Sharjah. Okay, that's fine. Okay, okay. I know. So it is weekday, it is week off, isn't it? I'm a day off today. Okay, let's see, let's come to the point now what we are going to study. So we are going to study one of the main one of the main subjects or chapter of managerial economics, that is called demand forecasting. So far, okay, Sadatu, when you're back, let me know please with your mic. So I'll allow you then. Okay, you know what? The managerial economics is a very practical subject. It's very pragmatic. The other day when we started the class, I told you, and it's hi Shiful Islam. How are you? Yeah, I think slowly people are getting on. Yeah, getting on the boat. I'm fine. Yeah, fine. That's good. Shiful Islam is saying, yeah, fine. Anyway, Muhammad Shafian is there now. Shafwan, yeah, hi Shafwan, how are you? Let's make the class a bit lively because it's a day off and we are working, so we should not be getting bowed. I'm fine, Shafian, I'm fine, thank you very much. Now let's see. Okay, you know it's a very pragmatic, very practical approach. It uses a lot of mathematics and statistical data. The other day I told you. Okay, come on, Sadatu. Sadatu got back now with her mic. We would love to listen to her. And please tell something about the managerial economics, how it is an interesting subject. And everyone will be sharing your information. And if you can bring some practical information, please share with us. Share with us. Here you go.
Hi, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning, Siddhartha. It's nice to go. Go.
House and everywhere, the government and everything. And managerial economics teaches us how to make well-informed decisions. And it's interesting because it is interactive. Yeah, and it
That's
helps
good.
us deal
Very
with
good.
our
Yeah.
daily ordeals properly and
Mm.
manage our lives better. And we make decisions every day, so we need subjects like economics to be able to make better decisions. And we get well informed because we know the rights and the wrongs and the ups and the downs, so we make decisions better. And of course, it helps if the teacher teaches good and is he teaches well, so it becomes more interesting. Yes,
Do
yeah,
I do
yeah.
I teach
Sometimes
well,
there are
right?
classes you just go and you're just bored and you just want to get out of it. But this is interactive, so you don't feel like sleeping. Yeah,
Yeah. That's I know. That's good. That's good. Now everyone is listening to you. No, it's nice. Yeah. That you are very true. That's what I was going to tell you. That if because as a working as a manager, the main role is to take the right decisions and especially in your workplace and managerial economics is a very pragmatic practical subjects which really helps you out how to use the prior managerial theories economic theories in an appropriate manner in a practical manner
yeah,
so that's right so anyway thank you very much
that's
Sadatu do
no,
you want to say anything else
that's enough.
Okay, okay, no problem. Share. Thank you very much for
Thank
sharing
you.
your ideas with us. Okay, so always bring the information and the ideas because that is the advantage of diversity. You know, like when you are
Yeah,
different people from different places with different tribes, different sectors, and they bring in different informations,
yeah,
and that resolves a lot of issues,
yeah.
and new ideas are exploited. So okay, and new business opportunities are even sometimes exploited when you come to know, okay, these are the places, these are the things on demand over there, these are the prices,
Yeah,
these prices are less over there. I mean, in so many ways, from their tradition, cultures, so many ideas are exploited when you share the
that's enough.
information and knowledge. So anyway, thank you very much for
Sure.
being
Thank you.
like on the
That's
mic,
enough.
right? Okay, I turn you off now, right? Okay, thank you, bye bye. So yeah, here you go. So let's go to the next slide. What we are going to study, the demand forecasting. We are going to study today. Always remember for forecasting to forecast anything. It's not like a spiritual forecasting that you say some spells. You spell some magical bound or something, and like a magical manner it happens. It's not something like that. So remember, forecasting is like a prediction of forecasting are always in managerial economics. They are based on data and information, especially on your previous data and information. It's not something like you are going to spell a magical bound or something and it happens. No. So it is something. Okay, that's fine. Okay, okay, Sujesh. Okay, I think okay. You raise your hand, yeah. So do you want to say something, or should I ignore it? You're saying okay. Please ignore my raised hand. Okay, okay, that's fine. Okay, if you want to share any information, just share your hand. Sometime I don't look at it, but still, if you write something, I continuously look at the chat box. So please let me know. Okay, so forecasting is something on the basis of your previous data and informations. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, let's go to the next one. See how quickly we can do it. So learning, what are the learning objective today? So we are going to learn, not all of it will not be, it is a very huge topic, believe me. I don't think so. It needs at least 3, 4 lectures to complete it because it has a lot of mathematical parts. So we will go to the we might go to the mathematical part in detail later on because we need something iPad, some that the writing device as well. So we might be able to go to the next time in the detailed writing part, but exactly now we will get the concept how demand forecasting is done in managerial economics. What are the things are very essential to forecast the demand of the future. Okay. So these are the learning objectives of this chapter, and which might take a couple of sessions. So identify principles of forecasting. First of all, you have to find out what are the principles and which principles you are going to apply. Explain the steps in the forecasting process. Yeah, then we will be seeing what are the steps involved in forecasting process. And always remember, forecastings are rarely perfect because they are the forecast based on your data, but your external environment is not under your control. Even sometimes your internal environment is not under your 100% control. So that's the reason, because of the external environment, political environment, social environment, cultural environment, yeah, and there are a lot of chaos might happen. So that's why your forecast is rarely perfect, but it is beneficial. It will be close. If you do so, it will be very close to the reality. Okay, but it is rarely perfect. Okay, you get my point, right? Okay, so identify types of forecasting methods. So we will learn types of forecasting methods as well and their characteristics, describe time series and casual models. These are the mathematical part which we will learn later on. Okay, so because it needs something to write on the pad, and I don't have at the moment, but that is a big session actually. So there are a lot of mathematics and series and calculation is involved. Sequence and series is involved in it. Anyway, so go to the next part, next thing, but there is still the learning objectives. Generate forecast for data with different patterns, level, trends, sensitivity, and cyclical data which is coming around all the year, every month. That is okay. Describe casual modeling and use their linear regression. That is a mathematical part. You know about the linear equations. The linear equations are used in that method. So we will learn if we get a chance. Okay. So we will learn about it. Now let's see, these are the learning objectives still. Now go to the next one, principle of forecasting. Many types of forecasting models are differ from complexity and amount of the data, the way they generate forecast. Forecasts are rarely perfect. That's why I told you forecasts are rarely perfect, but they are very close to they may be, if your forecast is okay, if you have use of proper formula, proper method, then your forecast will be very close to the reality. So that is good to be done, because if you suppose you are going to see if we should increase the price or we should decrease the price, and we want to know the price elasticity of demand, then you use your previous data, okay, of it may be the data of the 5 years, monthly or yearly data. Then on the basis of that data you can formulate, or you can come up with some formula for some result, some solution on the basis of mathematics of forecast demand. So and that might be your forecast, which will be very close to the reality. So forecasts are more accurate for group data and then for individual items. Yeah, could anyone tell me forecasts are more accurate for group data? Why it is more accurate for group data? Who would like to say, please? Because you will be using a lot of research if you have done your dissertation and the research work in your masters or ever before. So it will be much better for you to understand. I can see, can anyone tell me forecasts are more accurate for group data? Why they are more important for group data than for individual items? Very simple answer. Remember, is everyone with me, right? Okay, okay, that's fine. So always remember when you do your when you do your research, what happens sometime to forecast the demand of the future, what you have to do, you have to do some research work. Suppose the research work may be done on the basis of data you have, or you might have to collect some data from outside world, from your customers, from your suppliers, okay, from your other competitors. Okay, so you might have to collect the data. So what exactly happened when you collect the data, and suppose you are going to do a research about like employee satisfaction. Suppose you are going to see the employee satisfaction level in an organization. So what will you do? You will be doing a lot of interviews with the direct with the employees. So what will happen? The more data you have, the more, I mean, suppose there are 4,000 employees are working, right, in an organizations. And so the more interview you do, and the more like group data you have, then there will be more chances about the perfection of your result, or about the accuracy of your results. So that's why the group data are more important than the individual items. But in the next slide, we will learn it in a more better way. Forecasts are more accurate for shorter than longer time periods. Okay, I mean, this saying the forecasts are more accurate for shorter than longer, because why? Because for longer time periods, doing the forecast is more complex. That's why. Okay, let's go to the next slide. What it says. Yeah, decide what needs to be forecast. First of all, you have to decide what needs to be forecast and level of detail, units of analysis, and time horizon required. Evaluate and analyze appropriate data. Evaluate, you have to do all the research work. If you have done through your research some dissertation, some PhD thesis, you might not have the PhD, I know, but if you have done some research work or some thesis, some dissertation, then you know how to do it. So you have to, the main important part of all the research is to collect the data and the informations through different sources. So then you analyze those data, and on the basis of your analysis, you put the results. You write down your results. I think we have already heard lecture regarding forecasting by another professor. Have you? Okay, I am not sure. They might have done. If they might have done with it, I'm not sure. Because all the teachers, they are not in contact with each other. We are different from different places. Is anyone saying that, like, have you already done this topic before? Tamila Rasi is saying no. Maria is saying no. Rahul is saying no. I'm a new. Munnu is a newcomer. Okay, yeah, and Sujish is saying no. See, the majority is saying no. So you might have done with some other students. Okay, let's go. Select the test and the forecasting model. This is the process. You have to find out which model you are going to use: cost, ease of use, and accuracy. So sorry for this not clear writings, because sometimes it happens when you upload the slides from your desktop, so might not be very supportive. So decide what needs to be for. Okay, I think we have done monitor forecast accuracy over time. See, yeah, here we have, see, when you are going to do, when you need some data, some informations to forecast, to analyze information, to come up with the results. So there are two ways that data is collected, that is called qualitative methods and quantitative methods. Right, okay, and see what are the characteristics, and then I would like you to share some information where the qualitative data and where the quantitative data are important. Okay, in what cases? See, characteristic. What are the characteristic of the qualitative data and quantitative data? With the name qualitative, I mean, you know, data. I mean, the more qualitative data means that is based on the quality, and quantitative data means, or method means, those method which is based on the numbers, on the numbers. See, what are their characteristics based on the human judgment? That could include, that could be the human judgment. Suppose you are going to interview a manager to ask about the impact of the employee training, so that could be your qualitative data, because you are asking a training manager. So that could be your qualitative data. So based on human judgment, opinion, subjects, and non-mathematical. While it says another characteristic is based on mathematics, qualitative in nature, quantitative in nature. Yeah, it will be based on the numbers. I told you it will be based on the numbers. So that is why it is called quantitative method. And what are the strength of both the methods? The strength of qualitative methods are can incorporate latest changes in an environment and inside informations, like inside information, because in that is the strength. Like suppose you are going to ask about the impact of suppose your case is like to find out if really employee training and development makes some effects on employees or not. So you are going to do some interviews, and then in those interviews will be done with the different manager who are involved in those trainings. So what will happen? Then that data will be qualitative data, because you will be asking for the opinions and the judgment of the managers. And if in the quantitative method, what will happen? Suppose there are a lot of employees, you want to see if they are satisfied with the training or not, then you will do a lot of interviews, more interviews with all the employees. Then that will be the quantitative method. Then if there are more employees get involved in the interview, if you take their remarks, their own opinions, then you will be more close to the right results. So consider an objectives able to consider much information and data at one time. Weaknesses. What are the weakness? Yeah, see, in the qualitative data can be biased, because people's opinions, their thoughts may be different, because every human being live within its own circle. They have their own tradition, own interest, their own opinions, own family background, own religion background. So that always affect the opinions. Okay, so that's why. So everybody has may have different opinions. That's why that is the weakness of quantitative method, can be biased, the forecast and the reduced forecast accuracy. And what happened in that in the quantitative method, how it is the weakness are often quantifiable data are not available, only as good as the data on which they are based. Okay, so often quantifiable data, I mean, it is very difficult. It is a hard task to collect the data on a large number. So that is why it becomes more difficult. It is to collect the often quantifiable data. Now see, let's go to the next slide. Forecast generated, it says qualitative method, judgment method, and quantitative method based on the mathematical modeling. We have already discussed about it, based on the numbers. See what is saying, qualitative methods. Now we are going to study about the qualitative methods. See, it says what is executive type and characteristic, strength and weaknesses. So executive opinion, a group of managers meet and come up with a forecast. So that may be the characteristic. I have already discussed about it. Strength, what are the strength of good for strategic or new product forecasting. That could be good for the strategic or new product forecasting. And weakness, one person's opinion can dominate the forecast. So yeah, of course, if that person is very strong, he has a leadership quality or on a big post, so that his opinions maybe overlapping or maybe dominating. So that's why the qualitative data is, these are the weakness of qualitative data, and this was the strength. So okay, which one good for strategic or new product forecasting? So market research, when you talk about the market research, use surveys and interview to identify customers' preferences. Okay, suppose you want to really know about the opinions one of the product you are going to launch, or you have already launched one of the product last year, and you want to come up with the people's opinion, what they think about the product, so that you can do some work out, so that if for the future how much you should produce. Well, you should come to know, you want to come to know about the demand of the product. So what you are doing, suppose you are going to all the customers, hundreds of customers, and asking about the product. So when you know their opinions in the large quantity, then you come to know, then you will have an idea what could be the demand in the future. Is it clear, right? Okay. See, good. It says market research user. Thank you very much, all of you saying yes. Okay. See, user survey and interview to identify customer preferences. Good determinant of customers' preferences. That is the strength or weakness. It can be difficult to develop a good questionnaire. Yeah. I mean, developing a questionnaire is critical always, because you have to cover all the aspects. Like suppose if you want to see, like you're going to a survey about writing some questions about the products and why they like it, why they don't like it, what are the advantages of the product, so what do the customers think about the product. So you have to make a good questionnaire. So it is always difficult to cover all the points, but it can be done, but it is difficult. Delphi method seeks to develop a consumers among a group experts, excellent for forecasting long-term product demand and technological time consuming to develop. And always remember, this method is always time consuming. Let's see, go to the next one. We have a lot of slides, so I'm trying to be slightly quicker now. Now come to the quantitative methods, time series models. If you have studied series and sequence, those series and sequence will be used in the calculations. So you will soon come to know. Assumes information needed to generate forecast is continued in a time series of data. Assume the future will follow same pattern as the past. Yeah. What normally happen in most of the cases, when you are going to, depends on what you are going to find out. Suppose you are going to find out how much should be produced for the next year, how much it should be supplied to the market for the next 2 years, or for 1 month, or for 2 months, for 6 months, and that forecast may be done on the basis of your previous data. Okay, okay, then see, you use what happened, then you use the data you have, suppose you are analyzing from 2005. So you will see every year or every month how much you produce and how much was sold out. So you have that information, so you will write in those information in series form, and then you will see, you can see if it is progressing, if it is going down, if it is progressing, so with what ratio it is progressing, it is going up. So that is called a series and sequence. So that's called time series models. Is it clear, right? Causal models or associative models explore cause and effect relationship, use leading indicators to predict the future, housing starts and appliances sales. So it says lead the indicators to predict the future, explore cause and effect of relationships. That is called causal models, where you do not use the previous data, you explore cause and effect relationship. Okay, like suppose you are going to manufacture a washing machine and stuff like that, house appliances. So when you are in the house appliances sales, so that model is normally used. We will learn the mathematical part of it if we get a chance in the next session, because it is difficult to finish, because it is a very long chapter and it has a lot of mathematical things, so we have to see. See, time series model. Now we are going to learn something about the time series model, how it works. Forecaster looks for data pattern as data. I told you it always use your previous data, your historic patterns, and random variations. See, data, historic patterns plus random variations. I mean, you can see what are the changes has happened randomly. You can use those changes as well, and you can use your previous information as well. How much you keep, how much you kept selling in the last 5 years, 4 years, or 3 years, or 10 years. Okay, so that data can be used in that model, time series models. Clear? I can see a lot of people on board now. Okay, that's good. Let's go to the next one. Lot of selections and options, right? Yeah, I know. That's Rahul, you're right. Yeah, a lot of selections. Yeah, there will be a lot of selection, lot of methods, but all methods are okay as long as you use them properly. So you will be able to forecast the demand. I mean, demands and that forecasts are rarely perfect, but they are very close. If the method is calculation is okay, if the method is okay and it has been implemented properly, then there are a lot of chances that your result will be very close to the reality. So historic pattern can be forecasted, like what it says, level long-term average data minus fluctuates around a constant mean. So you use a lot of mean average also. You take a lot of average so that you can see how much the sales is going down or is going up. So you use your data, your information in different ways so that to come up with an idea what exactly going on, what are the fluctuations. Okay, that's data fluctuates around a constant mean. Then that is the level. You are going to check your level. Then you see your trend. What trend is going on with your like sales or whatever it is. So what the trend is going on when you are selling the product, what the trend is going on. Data exhibits an increasing or decreasing pattern. So yeah, when you have those information, then you can see what the trend is in the sequence and series manner. When you have this information, you can see if the data is going to, if that demand is going to increasing or it is decreasing, what pattern it is following. Suppose you see, okay, every, like I can see 20% there is a less demand, or 10% there is less demand. Okay, or you can see like in January and February our products are more on demand. Okay, but during the winter season and during the summer season the demand goes down. So you are in such a business actually. So then you can suppose you are working on November now and you have to supply for January for winter. Suppose for January, February, then you can, when you have the data for last 5 years, you can see always we sell more on January and February. Then you can formulate, then you can decide, then for that, or you can forecast about the demand, and then you can have more production so that you can meet the demand of January and February. You understand? Is it clear, right? Giving you like a very layman example to make it clear. So yeah, seasonality, any pattern that regularly repeats itself and it is of the constant length. That's what I have explained. That is also the trend and the seasonality. If it is going any season wise. Cycles, yeah, pattern created by economic fluctuation. Suppose, yeah, it may be, you can see when what pattern it is going. Cyclic pattern may be like suppose first 3/4 month is sale is increasing 10%, and next 3 months or 4 months sale is like going to decrease 5%, then again it is increasing 10%, then again it is decreasing 5%. It is going quarterly, so it's a cyclic manner it is going on. Then you are able to understand, okay, this is the situation going on. So you need those data. The data can be the previous data if you are going to, because you're going to produce, if you want to know how much should be produced, and then the data can be collected from outside for the and then you have a quantitative data, you may have a qualitative data, so that you come up with a good analysis. Clear? So that is called time series model, okay, when you use the previous data. Okay. Okay, anyone, like I just want to ask you if any one of you has done your research work, any dissertation, or you've been involved in any type of research work, please come up or raise your hand. I want you to share how you did your research and what were the problems in doing the research, and you come up with and you share your information with us, please. If you have been involved in any research work, in any dissertation, or you have done any previous research on behalf of your office or your organizations or anything, or for any other organizations, please come and raise your hand or chat on the box. I will allow him or her to share their information to my all students, please. Okay, now see, random variation can be predicted. Let's go to the next one. See, these are the basically, you can see this is a time. It says this is, see, on the, if you look at the first graph, see what it says, level of horizontal pattern. It means data follows a horizontal pattern around the mean. See, first line and the third line, there is a always, see, there is a mean. I mean, it's following a horizontal line. First goes up, then comes down, then goes up again, then comes down. First goes up, then comes down again with a in a proper sequence manner. It is coming down. So it's following a same pattern. So it means there are more chances it will go on the top again, right? So when you have data and you make the graph, such graph, then you have, on the basis of that data, you make the graph, then you have a better understanding about exactly going on with your product. Okay, if it is manufacturing or it is selling, if any demand you want to forecast or something. Okay, clear, right? And now on the second one, if you have a look, see what exactly going on. See, you can see there is always mostly your demand, if it is a demand, suppose, demand of quantity of demand. So see, you see with the time, as the time is increasing, your quantity of demand is also increasing. But it comes sometime like comes slightly down, then it goes up again. Then you can see one of the time it slightly went up, but overall you can say the demand is going up with respect of time. Overall average. Can you see that, right? I'm talking about the number B. I think someone has raised his hand. Yeah. Okay, someone who raised hand, let me see. Okay, Sadatu. Okay, Sadatu, you want to say something about the research, right? Yes, okay, I allow you. That's really nice. Okay, bring some information from Nigeria, yeah, please. If you can, otherwise, no problem. You can share any information. I'm going to allow you now.
Is that the zigzag? This is what? No, keep quiet.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes? Yeah,
Yeah,
we can hear you now.
yes, on the research, I don't have on like economic research for commerce or something, but I have on, stop it. I have on the government research on sensors
On sense, oh,
to
that's good,
get,
yeah, census,
yes,
yeah.
yes. Sometimes people don't tell the actual facts. They don't tell you the number, or they don't tell you the right ages or the right number of people in the living in their homes, because you have to go
That
from
is
home
true.
to home.
That is the problem with the qualitative methods. Yeah, that is the problem with the
Yes,
qualitative research. Yeah. Yeah, go on. Yeah,
yes.
please.
So you usually get the the wrong information, or people just manipulate the information to favor their locality. Some people tell you, oh, there is this amount of people in this neighborhood, and it's not like that. Or they tell you, some people traveled or something. So they expect you to take the data based on the people staying there at that particular time. But some people will tell you, you can't go into the homes because we have some privacy issues. But there is this amount of people inside. You want to see them, but they just want to manipulate the results. So I think the quantitative has that that
That's true.
problem.
In that case, yeah, you are right. I agree with that point of view, because if,
Yes,
and it depends on the in the culture as well. Suppose,
yes,
if there is a culture where the people are scared and they do not know what exactly research is going on, why it is going on, then they are scared, and then they will not be sharing the right information with you. But if you
yes,
go
yes,
to a developed nation, a developed country, they know the government always carry out research works. A lot of people come, they are educated and they know what research is and why they are doing this research. Then of course the people will be
yes,
sharing with you the right information.
yes,
You
that's
understand?
correct.
So what you do in that case, exactly, you have to see how many people, like what's the percentage of the people they are telling the lies, or how many percentage of the people they are telling the truth. So if there are overwhelming
Truth.
number of the people who are telling the truth, then you can
Yes.
still accept it. Okay. So then you will
Oh,
have to
okay.
collect more data. You understand? So the
Oh,
results
sure.
should
Yes.
be more, then you come up with the result. Yeah. Anyway,
Oh,
anything
okay.
anything else you would like to say?
No, that
Okay.
will be all. Sure. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. See, you've been in the research work as well. Thank you for being with us on board. Okay, thank you very much,
Thank.
Sadatu.
Sure.
See, did everyone enjoyed, right? See, Sadatu information. She's been involved in the like in some sort of research work. So that is why the research is done, because to the one of the reasons to do the research, to so that the demand can be forecasted. Now, see, if you look at the third one, number C, second, seasonal pattern. It shows you the seasonal pattern. See, how the time and the demand is working, demand of quantity, and how is this working. It is seasonal, see, and it is quarterly. See, suppose house work 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. See, suppose there are 12 months. Suppose there are 12 months. Okay. Then what exactly going on? See, suppose number one is the January, and the February it is going on the peak, is going up, and on the March, I mean on the third month, right? On the third month, or you can say on the third month it is, or in the middle of the quarter, in the middle of the quarter, 4 months quarter, so that is on the top. That is on the top. Then it start coming down again. So see, it is on the fourth, it is down, and on the again on the first or fifth month, it is completely down. Then it start going up again. So now that is called a seasonal pattern, because there are seasons, 4 seasons a year. I'm just giving an idea. 4 seasons is spring, autumn, yeah, winter, summer. So see, it is going like the seasonal pattern, or it may be for some other reasons or other pattern. It might be following some other variable maybe there. So it is, you can, when you have the data for throughout the year, then you make the graph, then you come to exactly know what type of pattern or trend is going on, right? Then on the basis of that pattern and trend, you can see how much should be produced. And if it is, sometimes your demand is continuously going down, down, down. When you know it is the demand is going down, then do a lot of research work and do a lot of survey from the customers. Then you come to know why your demand is going down. Okay, so there are a lot of benefits of doing the research. Let's go to the, is it clear, right? Okay, Mansoor is saying yes. Okay, that's fine. See, still we are learning the time series things. Okay, so I told you there are a lot of calculation and stuff in the probability and the permutations and the sequence and series. If we get a chance, because that has to be in more detail, so we will be learning that thing as well. Now see how it is mathematically calculated. Okay, how it is mathematically calculated. So what we will do about it? So see, the forecast, it says naive. Yeah, naive means like a very new and very nascent, right? So let me tell you one thing. The see, it says f is equals to t plus 1 is equals to at. The forecast is equal to the actual value observed during the last period minus good for the level patterns. So see, this is now simple means, so you have to find out the simple averages, the average of all the available data good for level patterns. That was the first one. Naive method was the good for the level patterns, and it is good for also it's good for level patterns. In this method, what you do, you need to simply find out the average. How do you find out? Just take the sum of all the data you have, then divide by the number of the data, the way you find out the mean or the average. So simple mean method, that is called. Okay. And that the naive method is almost normally done on the observation. During the last period, you have an observation, how it is, what exactly going on. So on the basis of your observation, you can formulate, or you can forecast the demand, or you can forecast anything. And moving average, what is saying, the moving average is the average value over a set time period. Like quarterly, you see, that was over a set time period. You see, on every 4 months, for 4 months, there is a fixed pattern going on. That is called the moving average. Moving average. See, for example, the last 4 weeks, I told you, it's the last 4 weeks. Each new forecast drops the oldest data point and adds a new observation. More responsive to a trend, but it still lags behind the actual data. So these are the method, like simple models. You can use naive and simple mean and average. So it may be on the basis of your average calculation, on your observation, okay, over time. See what else we got. We are really trying to be slightly quicker. I don't know why it's not very clear. See, the screen is, can you see, can everyone see, right? What is on the slide, what is on the board? Can everyone see? Yeah. Okay. See, forecasting seasonality, it says calculate the average demand per season. For example, yeah, like there are different seasons, might be off season and on season, peak season and off season. So, okay, suppose you are in a garment industry, working in a garment industry, or as an entrepreneur, you produce some garments, right? And they are the, suppose, for winter seasons. So if you are working, your products are more on demand in the winter season, like scarf or jackets and stuff like that, the warm clothes. So then you have the data, like how much every winter they are sold out. So then on the basis of your previous data, you can work out in the summertime, so that they are the supplied, and before the winter there, you make sure that they have been supplied to the stores, so that they are available. So seasonality, see, average, says calculate the average beyond demand per seasons, how much it is on demand, like in winter season, summer season, or off season, or peak season, whatever it is. Calculate a seasonal index for each season of each year. Divide the actual demand of each season by the average demand per season for the year. So that is simply divide the actual demand of each season by the average demand per season for that year. So then you have the more accurate value, how much it will be demand on that season. Average the indexes by season. Takes the average of all spring indexes. I told you the spring, maybe spring season and autumn season, yeah, summer season and winter season, and then of all the summer indexes. Okay, so these are basically what these are simply data. You have the previous data, and on the basis of those informations, you formulate, or you forecast, or you come up with an idea how much should be supplied, how much should be demand in the market for the next season, for the next year, for the next time, for the next month. Is it right? Clear, right? Okay, yeah, I can see Shiful Islam is saying, yeah, that's good. Yeah, yes, Manu is saying, hi Rahul, is it clear, right? Amila Rasi, is it clear? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Have some time. Make sure you are sitting in front of the computer because I cannot see you. In the class, you can see what the students are doing, right? But here, you might not be there. That's why I sometimes check out. Okay, that's good. Yeah, Sadatu is also saying great. Alhamdulillah. Okay, thank you very much, Sadatu. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, Sujesh is also saying yes, it's clear. We are left now 5 minutes only. Let's see what else we have got, because it is not possible, believe me, to finish this topic in one lecture. So it might take a couple of lectures. So that's why, and there are a lot of calculation which we haven't done. If I am able, like if I get a chance, then we'll come up with some sort of calculation, because I need that pad also, writing pad. So okay. Yeah, you can have, but this is not a very good presentation. I'll make it a better presentation for you once we finish this topic. Sujesh is saying once we finish this topic, yeah, then we will come up. This is not a very good presentation, believe me. But then what we will do, I will send you or upload you or send you to your email address once we finish the whole topic with all the calculation and stuff. You will get it, inshallah. Okay, right? Now go to the next one, see what it says. It's continued. We have done the seasonality things. The forecast demand for the next year, I told you for the next year, and divide by the number of the seasons. Okay, so then you can, when you divide by the number of the season, then you come to know how much it will be seasonally, how much it will be on demand. So multiply next year average seasonal demand by each average seasonal index. Result is the forecast of demand for each season of the next year. That will be the result of forecast. That will be the result of forecast of demand for each seasons of the next year. Okay, when you multiply the next year average seasonal demand by each average seasonal index. Thank you very much. Sujesh is saying, I know. Thank you, Shiful Islam. Thank you. Thanks to all of you. I think as long as it is clear, see what else we got. So these are the simple. I think that should be fine. See, this is these are the, you can see seasonal index and year, quarterly, fall, winter, spring, summer. These are the demand. Year one, in first year, that was the demand was 2,400. In second year it was 226,000. Now you can have a look. See, from the first year to the second year, in the fall season there was increase in the demand. Okay, so then that increase was the increase of the 2,000 unit. So in that way, when you have this information, then you come up with a better understanding how much, what should be the demand for the future. Anyway, thanks to all of you. You've been with me for the class. We have done today. We just did the basic concepts, why it is important, and how normally it is done. What are the core things? What are the concepts of like demand forecastings? That's what we have understood today. We have studied, but the mathematical part, which is really critical and more important, the mathematical part, to come up with the better understanding, with the better results, we'll be doing the mathematical part in the next classes if we get a chance. Because it all depends, like I don't know what subjects I'm going to teach the next month. So that's why I'm continuously saying, like, if I get a chance. So anyway, thank you very much for being with me, and really it's very nice. Sometime you come up. Sadatu came twice today and she shared the information with us, which really helpful, and I really find all of you are very handy and very helpful being with me. So thank you very much. Anything still you want to ask or you want to say, please tell me. We are having the last minute now. It's not a British accent. I have lived a couple of years there, Manu. Anyway, thanks for your appreciation. But it is, believe me, it is not a British accent. It is like Indian, Pakistani, something mixed up. So, okay, Rahul is clapping. Thank you, Rahul. Will you go in detail further? Yeah, of course. If I get a chance, of course, we have to go in detail. That is very important.